From Jared Isaacman to a new channel project, this is your Space Update. Jared Isaacman is a billionaire entrepreneur, experienced pilot, and a commercial astronaut on the two SpaceX missions, Polaris Dawn and Inspiration 4, with Polaris Dawn being the first private spacewalk performed by regular citizens of the United States. Now, the whole issue with Jared Isaacman, it's been kind of crazy. Now, if you don't know, back in late 2024, President Trump nominated Jared Isaacman to become the next NASA administrator during his term. Well, that's what it was until politics entered the picture. Trump revoked his nomination for Jared Isaacman in April due to a donation Jared Isaacman made to the Democratic Party and tensions growing between Musk and Trump. Now, Secretary Duffy, after this revocation of the nomination, became the new admin of NASA. This was an acting administrator role, and he really loved his position there, and he didn't want to give it up. That's kind of what it looked like. Now, in November 2025, so just this past month at the time of this recording, Jared Isaacman was renominated to be the next NASA administrator. He then went through the Senate, the U.S. Senate of Commerce and Science, and passed the Senate there, and was then moved on to the full Senate, where each 100 representatives would vote on the outcome. Now, on December 17th of 2025, the Senate confirmed that Jared Isaacman will become the next NASA administrator in a 67-30 vote. Now, moving on to the comet 3I Atlas. 3I Atlas is the third known interstellar object to enter the solar system, and this was discovered by the Atlas survey last year. Now, this comet is important because it really helps us understand how the planetary systems beyond our own formed. And by only having 3 interstellar objects that we know of, we sure are learning a lot. We're learning a lot from it. Now, the other 2 that are known, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce this, but it's this one from 2017 and 2I Borisov from 2019. Now, the important thing to know about 3I Atlas, it is not gravitationally bound to the sun. It just got put into an orbit that slung it past the sun and right by Earth. So it's headed its way out of the solar system as I speak. And this is the last time we will ever see this object. Now, moving on to our final topic of this video. If you haven't watched my newest video, then you might be a little bit behind. But I have 2 new projects I'm starting on this channel. That is the Apogee TTV, or Timer Test Vehicle rocket, and my own homemade rocket, which I think I'll be calling Delta Shift. Now, the TTV will be an experimental rocket, and it will really place the stepping stones for me to advance my staging capabilities in model rocketry. So, like I said, TTV stands for Timer Test Vehicle, so that means from launch to landing, it runs a timer and it will tell the engines when to ignite and everything. Honestly, TTV doesn't sound like the best name for a rocket for me. No offense to Apogee out there. So, I'm opening this up to you. I want you to let me know what you want this rocket to be named. So, drop your ideas down below. Now, like I said, this is a very experimental flight, and this will test time-controlled events in flight, such as staging and parachute deployment. It also serves as a test for future advanced rockets that I hope to build. Now, like I said also, it uses an onboard computer to trigger systems such as staging and recovery. And in fact, I have the box sitting right here. I'm not sure if you can see it in the picture. I've got the box of everything sitting in there. And on December 23rd of 2025 at 10 a.m., Central Time, I will be hosting a live stream for a workshop where I begin work on this rocket. So join me for that. And this will be the very first flight that features a flight computer. So I think that's really excited that you get to see that. I really hope it all goes well. Like I said, this is an experimental vehicle, so we'll see how it all goes once it's full built. I'm aiming for a launch window sometime in March, whenever I can head out to the Boys Ranch rocketry zone and launch with higher chances of recovery. And like I said, the goal is to test staging and recovery. So we really want to test and perfect it, because I want to end up building my own rocket, not from a kit that can do staging as well. So this rocket better work. And to round up the video, go ahead and go check out wap.com/cosmic-con to check out all sorts of exclusive content such as workshop live streams, rocket launches, merchandise, and more. It's a great website, brand new, so go check that out down below. Thank you for watching. Remember, join me for that live stream that I have coming up on Wednesday the 23rd. Thank you.